Wrestling fans, it is your boy Deluxe Man, and you are watching my New Japan Pro Wrestling's Wrestle Kingdom 10 review. This is New Japan's Wrestlemania, per se. Last year, I checked out Wrestle Kingdom 9. I really enjoyed it. I figured, you know what? Why not check it out again for a second time? I dare say this was even better than last year's as an overall show. There were elements of last year's show that I liked better than this one, but I feel like overall, in terms of every match, the placement, the presentation, the performances, this was definitely a better show than Wrestle Kingdom 9. Now, this is coming from someone who is kind of a casual viewer of New Japan. I don't watch it every single week. I don't check out every single show. In fact, I only check out maybe one or two shows that the company does throughout the year. So this is coming from someone who is a casual viewer of the promotion. Don't know much about the wrestlers or their backstories. I just pretty much go in carrying the knowledge they tell me. But with very little knowledge on a lot of these wrestlers, a lot of these storylines and these feuds, I gotta say, man, Wrestle Kingdom 10. If I'm going to start ranking top shows of 2016, if I was going to have a top 10 at the end of this year, I'm pretty sure, I'm almost certain this show will be in my top 10. I think this is a great show from the promotion. All around, everything about it was great. The opening video package explaining every single match on the card. Love that. Love the music. Love the crowd. Huge crowd. Huge turnout. And it made the show feel even more special. One thing I will say about New Japan before I get into the actual review. To me, what makes New Japan special, what separates this company from other promotions like WWE and NXT and Lucha Underground and ROH. While those companies kinda tend to play on the fantasy aspect of wrestling in a sense, not too much, but you can watch that and go, okay, this is a TV show. With New Japan, there are times I forget I'm watching a show. I forget that this is, scripted wrestling. There are times, a lot of times, when I'm watching this show, it feels real. The whole wrestling is fake crap, which I hate, by the way. You watch this show, and you kind of go, no, it can't be. What they did tonight, there was a lot of shit they did tonight. You can't tell me that was not real. There were a lot of moments in there I was just like, they're beating the hell out of each other. No. That's not them fake kicking each other. They're beating the hell out of each other. This feels like a real fight. And that is what separates New Japan from any other wrestling promotion. It's the most realistic looking wrestling promotion out there, at least right now. Commentary. Before I get into the show also, we had Kevin Kelly, Matt Striker, and Yoshitatsu. I'm assuming that was supposed to be Jim Ross, because last year it was Matt Striker and Jim Ross on English commentary. I guess he couldn't make it this year, so they put Yoshi in his place. Or was he supposed to be like some translator? Maybe that makes a lot more sense. I'm going to assume that, other than him being Jim Ross's replacement, because that makes a lot more sense if he was there to be the translator. He didn't do much translation. He didn't provide much to commentary. Quite frankly, I feel like he kind of took away from it. I would prefer it just be Matt Striker and Kevin Kelly. I think those two would have worked so much better with each other. There were just times they stopped talking about the match and they tried to pull something out of Yoshi. They worked really hard to get Yoshi to talk, and he just did not contribute. Even when it came for him to translate, he didn't do much translation. I'm pretty sure the higher-ups in New Japan are looking at that and going, that was a mistake. And I'm sure a lot of you fans were just as put off by Yoshitatsu on commentary. He just seems so out of place. He didn't belong there. He didn't. I know he's hurt, and I think when he's feeling better, we will see him again. But as of right now, yeah, let's keep him away from commentary. Savvy? Other than that, let's go ahead and talk about the show. I didn't see the pre-show, so I'm not going to talk about that match. I'm just going to talk about the matches on the main card. Starting off with the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championship. It was a 4-team match. It was Red Dragon, Kyle O'Reilly, and Bobby Fish versus Matt Sydal and Ricochet, a.k.a. Prince Puma from Lucha Underground, Trent Beretta, and Rocky Romero. I can speak solid English when I'm not, stumbling over my words, but Roppongi Vice. That's their name, RPG Vice. First time I'm hearing this tag team, and they're pretty cool. And then, of course, the Young Bucks, the very popular tag team going on around right now. Very fun match, man. It was what I expected. Very popcorn-esque, high-flying, utter chaos, crash fest, spot fest, whatever you want to say. A nice match to get the crowd into the show. It's the kind of match you would expect from this group of people. To me, and me personally, the two that shined the most was Matt Sydal and Ricochet. Those two are going to be awesome as a tag team. They already are. Now, I don't know what the plan is going forward with them. I don't know what shows they're on. Whatever show they're on, I hope, and whatever company they're in, I hope that show showcases them to the highest degree, and I hope that company gives them a strong-ass push, because these two are an awesome tag team. They just flowed so well with each other. In stereo shooting star press, in stereo standing shooting star press, everything just looks so fluid with these guys, as you would expect. But the winners of this match was the Young Bucks. They are the new champions. They strip Red Dragon of the championship, and now the Young Bucks are walking out. Your new IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. Champions. Off to a great start in this review, guys. But yeah, Young Bucks walk out as champions. So that was a good match. I'm going to say, it was very popcorn-esque. Like I said, very fun. The next match, Bullet Club, Bad Luck Fale, Tamatonga, and Takahashi. They took on Toru Yano. See, I'm not very good with these Japanese names, so please deal with me as I get through this. But it's Toru Yano and the Briscoes. Again, it was the weakest match in the card. I didn't really think it was all that special, but it was decent. It didn't make me want to change the channel or anything. Well, in this case, I was watching on the internet, so turn it off. Or fast forward. It was there. It wasn't anything great. It was just a match, but it was to crown the new Never Openweight Trios champions. And the winner is the Briscoes and Toru Yano. So there you go. They're the new Trios champions. Moving on, we got the Ring of Honor World Championship. Yes, you heard me right. Another company's top title is being defended on a different company's show in the middle of the card. Not going to complain because it's good showcasing of ROH, and I think New Japan and ROH are working out strong deals to share talents and stuff like that. So, no issues here. Very good match. I thought Jay Lethal and Michael Elgin went out there and had an awesome... Well, you know what? Maybe I should watch my words. I won't say it was awesome. It was just a good match. It was just a solid match. I enjoyed AJ Styles and Jay Lethal more from Ring of Honor. But, of course, I am... Talent comparisons, of course, they're going to have a better match with these two than these two. But not taking anything away from Elgin and Jay Lethal. They had a good match. And Jay Lethal retains with the lethal injection. Nothing else to say. I like both talent. I think if they ever decide to go to WWE, both of them would do it well. I especially think Michael Elgin has a bright future in that promotion, WWE, if he ever decides he wants to come. Jay Lethal also has a future if he decides he wants to come, but more so Michael Elgin. I'm a big fan of Michael Elgin, by the way. I think he's awesome. Okay, moving on to the Junior Heavyweight Championship, the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. Kenny Omega, who is the defending champion, taking on Kushida. Kushida in capital letters. Very good match. This one I was really impressed with. I don't think I have seen Kushida wrestle before. If I haven't seen him wrestle in a one-on-one match. But I thought he was cool. I liked his overall performance. Very technical. Attacking the arm of Kenny Omega. And Kenny Omega, being the cartoon villain that he is, just sold it like a beast. He's just very entertaining to watch. Kenny Omega, that's another one I think would also have a bright future in WWE, but I think he doesn't want to go because of politics, which can't blame him. I can't. Oh, PS4, by the way, yes, I have one. I'm not telling you what my account name is. Yeah, Kenny Omega, man, just an awesome talent to watch. But unfortunately, he did not win. He did not retain. He lost the belt to Kushida, who is the new champion, the new IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. And Kushida looked very strong because he pretty much fended off the Young Bucks and other members of the Bullet Club to get that championship. Good stuff. Nice stiff shots all around. We'll get to the stiff shots discussion later on when I talk about a certain match. But let's move on. The IWGP Tag Team Championships, the legit Tag Team Championships. Again, the Bullet Club, this time Karl Anderson and Doc Gallows. The two guys recently signed by WWE. These guys took on Togi Makabe. Togi Makabe. And Tomoaki Honma. I'm pretty sure you guys know who Honma is. So Makabe and Honma. Let's go with those two. Good match. That's it. It was just a good match. I just think Karl Anderson and Doc Gallows have a very good chemistry with each other. I like seeing Karl Anderson be like the cocky, technical wrestler. Doc Gallows be that badass big man who just tosses people around. They both look very intimidating. I think those two are going to do wonders on NXT when they show up. And I say NXT because I doubt they're going to the main roster. I don't see them debuting on the main roster right away. I think the only person that has a shot to debut on the main roster right away is AJ Styles. But even I don't think he's going to do that. I think definitely all four of them might, in fact, debut on NXT, which is the best decision for them. But if you need further proof that they're coming to WWE, they lost the Tag Team Championships in this match. Makabe and Honma, the fan favorites, took off the belts. And there you go, guys. New champions, Makabe and Honma. Very good match. Nothing else to say about it. It was just a solid match that I enjoyed watching. And then another match. It's Goto and I can't pronounce his first name. I'll give it a shot. Hirooki Goto. There you go. Tetsuyta Naito. Or Naito. I'm gonna say Naito. There we go. So, Goto versus Naito. The story of Naito being this evil-looking, demonic, death-worshipping, Satanist kind of character, taking on Goto, who is just a very big, stiff, strong-style Japanese wrestler. It was a decent match. This is an example of me not following the product. I couldn't get invested into the story here because I hadn't been watching the product all that much. Me being a casual viewer, tuning in and out, it's going to be hard for me to be invested into certain matches, and that I will happily admit. is gonna be a problem when it comes to this review. You're getting a review of a guy who hasn't watched all of New Japan Pro Wrestling, so I can't give you a thorough review on it. But I can give you a review of someone watching like rarely. Which, let me tell you something. The reviews that you really, really want to check out, if you're very skeptical about certain shows, like should I watch this show? I think the ones that you really should take notice are the ones of people who don't watch it all that much. Because the people who don't watch it all that much, who are rare to the product, that say it's good, if they enjoy it and you're a big fan of it, definitely you're going to like it. You know, that's definitely an indication of the show's strong presentation or how good it is. You know, if a fan that doesn't watch it all that much likes it. And I really did like this show. And for this match, it was a decent match. I feel like if I was to follow the characters more, I would enjoy it. It was just there. That's all it was. But Goto won that match. He beat Naito. And we move on. So, those 6 matches I talked about. All of them were pretty solid, except for the Trio Championship. It was meh. But for the most part, very solid undercard. These next 3 matches are the main event matches. These are the top belts. These are the matches that people pay to see, that people tune into the show to see. I gotta say, man, without even having to talk about them, these 3 matches have to be first ballot match of the year candidates. All 3 of them. All 3 of them. And I'm not even saying that. Again, this is someone who doesn't even watch New Japan Pro Wrestling. This is me as a casual viewer. And I say all 3 of these guys, all 3 of these matches are first ballot match of the year candidates. You know, Dave Meltzer's system, 4 stars and higher. All of them. 4 stars and higher. To me, I would give 2 of them 5 stars. And I'll get to which ones I would give 5 stars in a second. But if you don't watch this show for anything, watch these 3 matches. These last 3 matches, these are the matches that I could see why people say New Japan Pro Wrestling is the best promotion in the world, above WWE. The first one is the Never Openweight Championship. It's Katsuyori Shibata taking on champion Tomohiro Ishii. So, Ishii, the champion, taking on Shibata. These two had a match last year at Wrestle Kingdom 9. And it was the exact same strong style match. But this fucking match was amazing. Hard style wrestling, strong style wrestling, whatever it's called. I think it's strong style. Strong style wrestling, when it's done right, is amazing. Okay? I want to point this out. In this entire match, the only moves that were used: clothesline, suplex, forearm smash, chops, German suplex, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, German suplex. Just basics. Think of the very basics in any kind of match you watch. Nothing crazy. No shooting star press. Just basic wrestling moves. And that's all they did. But because it was a strong style, and they were beating the fuck out of each other. Okay, there was a point in the match, Shibata and Ishii were just trading kicks. They would kick each other, and then he'd go, okay, your turn, kick me. And then they would sit down on the mat, they would kick each other's backs, and then their kicks would get harder and harder and harder and harder and harder and harder and harder, until eventually one of them had to give out and go, okay, you win. You know, it was that brutal. Every hit, every move just felt real. Made me go, ooh. It would make you wince. Like, oh. You know? It's that awesome. Headbutt. Definitely a headbutt. Guys, every basic move you know in a wrestling match, they did it. They didn't go anywhere outside of that. It was amazing. It was an amazing strong style match. I fell in love with it. I came out a fan of both of these wrestlers following this match. Last year I didn't as much. Last year was a great match, but I didn't come out as a fan. After seeing this match, I'm a fan of both of these guys. These guys are awesome. If I was Dave Meltzer, I would give it a 5-star. Definitely. This would be a 5-star match in my book. This is an amazing match. And the new champion, Shibata, after he stripped Ishii of the championship, I look forward to seeing what he does. I'm definitely going to check him out a lot more. You know it's a 5-star match when you want to see more of these wrestlers. When the match leaves you going, okay, I want to see more of you two. You guys are awesome. I want to invest my time into you two. That's a strong indication that it's actually a 5-star match. If it's a match that I would watch over again, definitely. This is a match I would say could make a wrestling fan out of pretty much any of my friends. I can show this match to any friend I have, and they would instantly be a wrestling fan. That to me is a 5-star match. Before I go on to the next two matches, I gotta stop really quickly to talk about Dave Meltzer, because I was told that Dave Meltzer gave this match 4 stars and a half, which is fine. You know what? It's his opinion. You are free to give a star rating to whatever match you feel. I'm not going to say that he doesn't have the right to do that. What I don't understand is his logic. I was told, and maybe someone can clarify this down below, but I was told that Dave Meltzer did not give this match 5 stars like it rightfully deserved because they used headbutts. Because they headbutt each other, and he was mad at them for possibly giving each other a concussion. Now, this is coming from someone who didn't watch the podcast. I'm not subscribed to Dave Meltzer, but I was told that. If that's the case, if he did not give them a 5-star because they chose to use headbutts in their match, that is the stupidest reason to not give someone a 5-star match. Okay, guys, we have to understand something. Wrestlers are going to get hurt. They are going to get injuries. That is what they sign up for. We should not punish them for hurting themselves in ways that would entertain the audience. Because that makes no sense. I think that's absolutely fucking retarded to take away half a star because someone could have possibly gotten a concussion. People can get concussions in every match. People can break their legs. You are going to get hurt if you wrestle. Especially if you're wrestling a strong style like this. I wouldn't be shocked if both of them are sitting at home doing some kind of a rehab right now. They beat the fuck out of each other. It just looked like they were breaking bones. Every move they did just broke some kind of bone. So I don't understand why you would take a half star off of this because they chose to wrestle a certain style and punish themselves. That's a good word for it. Hurt themselves to create a great match, an amazing match, which is what they did. That gave the fans their money's worth, which is what it did, and made fans like me fans of them, which is what it did. 5-star match. I don't agree with Dave Meltzer taking half a star off of it because of that crap. Again, this is coming from word of mouth. Maybe it was said differently. Maybe you guys listen to the actual podcast below, and if it's something different that he said, explain it to me, and maybe after some clarification, I can change my mind and go, okay, I can understand that logic, if there was some logic. But if that was the logic, that was stupid, and screw Dave Meltzer for doing that. His opinion, but I don't agree with that opinion. Next match is a dream match. It's AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura, 2 of the hottest talents signed by WWE recently. It is for the IWGP the Intercontinental Championship, the second biggest championship in that promotion. Fantastic match. It was a dream match to many, for great reason. Shinsuke Nakamura is perhaps the most popular wrestler in Japan. Well, he was. He just got signed by WWE, though. But arguably the most popular wrestler for that company. Superstar. Megastar. Love his tribute to Michael Jackson. One of my favorite artists of all time, by the way. I can't say much else about this match. If you know who Shinsuke Nakamura is, you know who AJ Styles is, you know damn well that these two are going to go out there and tear it up. And they did. Here's what I'm going to say, though. As good, and good is an understatement, as great of a match as this was, I feel like they could have done better. You ever just leave a match going, that was a good match, but I expected better out of them. That's how I feel about these two. It wasn't the fact that it was a terrible match. Good God, no. It was a great match. But as great of the match that we got, there was a side of me that's like, man, if these two was to have gone out there and really tore it up, they would have really stolen the show. Seriously, they would have stolen the show. I can't say they stole the show tonight. I can't. It was still a great match. A lot of people say this was the match of the night. I don't. See, now I feel bad. Because I love these two. These are my favorite wrestlers from this promotion. Both of these guys. If I was going to tune into New Japan Pro Wrestling, it would be for these two. And even watching their match, I can't say it was the match of the night. I can't. I cannot say it was match of the night. It was a great match. I don't think those two went out there and had the best match they can possibly have. That's just my opinion. Not saying it was a bad match. If I was giving it a star rating, Dave Meltzer style, 4.5. 4.5. But not 5-star. Unfortunately. I feel like the Never Openweight Championship was better. By a small margin. And honestly, I think the main event was better too. I didn't think I was going to walk out of this show saying that. I actually went into the show thinking that, AJ Styles and Nakamura are going to steal it. Absolutely. And they didn't. I'm shocked that they didn't. They are actually the weakest main event out of the three. Not saying they are a bad match. It's just the other two were more closer to a 5-star match. One I thought was a 5-star match than this one was. Still a great match. Shinsuke Nakamura retains the championship, and they show respect at the end. They're going to be awesome in WWE. I think WWE would have to try. They would have to try to make them look bad. Otherwise, these two are going to soar. They're going to go places in that company. AJ Styles will main event WrestleMania before he retires. Shinsuke Nakamura, I think he's like, 33? 35? 34? He might do it too. We don't know. We'll see. Main event time. It is for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. It is Rainmaker Okada, the champion, taking on Hiroshi Tanahashi. Those of you who saw my Wrestle Kingdom 9 show or review, this match sounds familiar. And it should, because it's the same main event last year. I'm not someone that's very high on having the same main event twice in a row. I don't mind the main event happening, again, but it has to be after a certain period of time. Rock and Austin, main event WrestleMania, I think twice, but it wasn't back to back. The main event WrestleMania 1999, and then 2 years later. That's fine. And the thing about that is, it was a different alignment. It was a different kind of story being told. In 1999, it was the corporate champion Rock taking on the fan favorite Austin. And 2001, it was Icon versus Icon. It was a totally different story compared to the 1999 match. And it wasn't back to back. It was still spaced out. This is a exception to the rule. I actually think because of the match I got, because of the story being told, I was perfectly fine with these two closing the show again. And I won't lie. When I was told what the main event was, I think it was the week before this came on, like literally last week. Well, we came on Monday, and I'm giving you this review on Friday. So, yeah, last week, when I saw the main event, there was a side of me that went, really? Twice in a row, guys? We couldn't come up with anything different? But then I, again, did my research, got the behind-the-scenes story. Well, it's not really behind the scenes. It's really the story being told. But again, because I think it's real, I'm thinking legit behind the scenes. But I got the story of it, and it's simple. The story is Rainmaker Okada, the champion, has been champion for a while. He's beaten everybody that he could possibly beat on the roster. He's beaten the best of the best. But even though he's the champion, he cannot really claim that top spot. He can't claim the ace spot of that company until he beats the one guy he could never beat, which was Tanahashi. Tanahashi has had his number for years. For years. Ever since they had fought in each other from, I think it was what was the first match they had? Was that 2011? Probably, I don't know, 2011. Ever since they had their first match, Tanahashi has kicked Okada's ass from this side of the planet to the other. In short, Okada was Tanahashi's bitch. He could never beat him. He could never exercise that demon. And this match was to do that. Okada could not be seen as the best, as the greatest wrestler in that promotion until he beat this guy. And Tanahashi was the face that ran the place for a long time. He was this company's John Cena, for good reason. He was the top guy. He was the guy that people fought to beat. He was the man to beat. He still is the man to beat. So that was the story being told. And I was invested. This match, to me, was better than their last year match. And honestly, this is the best match they've had, in my personal opinion. This is the best match they've had that I've seen. I've seen 3. This is the 3rd match I've seen. So I think they've had 4 or 5 matches. I watched the one last year. I watched another match they had before then. And this is the 3rd match I've seen. From the matches I've seen, this is the best one they've had. This was fantastic. This was an amazing match. Classic main event story. Classic. I cannot be seen as the greatest in the world until I beat you. And then the guy who's the challenger wants to maintain that top spot. I will not give up this top spot until you rip it from my bare hands. And, the build up to it was great. The conference promoting this show, they beat the fuck out of each other. They were fighting. It was just done very well. Again, this is a match that's a exception to the rule of 2 main events going back to back, because this deserved to go back to back. Again, last year, Okada was chasing Tanahashi for the belt, and he lost. He couldn't beat him. It devastated him so much that he cried. He was done. He was like, I can't do this anymore. Then he beat AJ Styles for the belt. Now it's all about exercising that demon. It's a totally different story. So it works. But again, match was fantastic. Very basic, actually. I can't believe how basic this match was. But it felt very special. It was a stronger style than usual. Of course it was strong style. It's New Japan Pro Wrestling. But it was also very Western. Americanized kind of wrestling. The whole count-out stuff, them selling, the kickouts, the near falls. It felt very WWE-esque. The last 2 matches, the Intercontinental Championship and the World Championship, felt WWE-esque. But it was done very well. I dare say this was done better than pretty much any of the matches that WWE put on last year. Now, we're talking WWE main roster, not NXT. Yeah. I'm sticking to it. Probably the only one that I might give an edge over probably the Triple Threat and Royal Rumble. No. Actually, no. I think all 3 of these matches beat that match. Yeah. Sticking with it. This was better than any match that they've done in WWE last year. Maybe you can prove me wrong. Finally, after just crazy near falls, after just really crazy near falls. And commentary, by the way, other than Yoshitatsu kind of being confused, commentary sold this match like a fucking pro. This is the kind of stuff that makes me glad Matt Striker and Kevin Kelly are doing what they do. Because they really, really sold every dramatic moment in this match and really brought it to my attention that this is why you should watch this show. This is why New Japan is the 2nd greatest wrestling promotion in the world. Everything just felt right. Everything fell into place. at the end of it, we got the moment, the big moment. Okada, after years and years and years of falling to Tanahashi, finally conquers his demons, hitting 3 Rainmakers. A Rainmaker is his clothesline from hell. It's pretty much the clothesline from hell. JBL's clothesline from hell. He had to hit 3 of them to beat him. And Tanahashi threw everything at him. I felt like Tanahashi, if he didn't throw a kitchen sink at him, he probably threw several. He threw everything and the kitchen sink and many more to try to beat Okada. He couldn't do it. Okada would not be denied. Okada finally conquered his demon. Finally can say, I am the greatest in the world, at least for New Japan Pro Wrestling. He is the champion. He is the man to beat. And honestly, just like the Never Openweight Championship, the strong style match, Ishii and Shibata, I become a fan of Okada. You know, this was one of those things where watching him for the first time last year, didn't know much about him. Okay, I was like, oh, he's a good wrestler, but whatever. But I left the match going, yeah, you're the shit. You're the big deal. You're the man. I believed it. I bought the story. I was sold by the story. I was invested in the story. And at the end of it, I came out going, I want to see more of Okada. I want to see more of this guy. And I will be seeing more. Overall grade, giving this show an A. This wasn't an A show. This was definitely a great showing from New Japan Pro Wrestling. Nothing to complain about. The main events delivered. The structure of the card was done very well. The presentation was amazing. The crowd was awesome. The wrestlers, all of them performed very well. Great show. Great show coming from a casual viewer like me. If you watched it, give me your thoughts down below. Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to next year. It's going to be very interesting to see how New Japan Pro Wrestling fares without Shinsuke Nakamura and AJ Styles, Karl Anderson, and Doc Gallows. And others. I hear they actually got others. But we'll see what happens, man. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the review. Sorry it's late, but better late than never. With that said, this is your boy, the X-Man, signing off. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.